describe Matty Ashton?
Fast.
And it's Ashton, and he is quick, and Ashton is away! They will not catch Matty Ashton!
I'd fancy myself over the first 20, but he just keeps getting quicker and quicker, so no, he's lightning.
Competitive.
Oh, I got him!
Good looking. He's one of them people you know you can trust when you play next to him.
Ashton is chasing him down, Ashton has caught him!
Around the roundabout areas where village hotel is that I used to work as a lifeguard. That's when I was a bit stuck.
He told him weren't big enough, so it upset him, really upset him that.
I always spot my dad, he stands right on the far side, just quick and shout his head off really.
You got to try it, Swinton said, get out of it. No way. I couldn't believe it. He said, I thought they were just joking at first.
Looking back now, it's even emotional. Just walking over and seeing my dad so proud. Wow.
He's really hard on himself, and I think that's why where he is now.
Yeah, this is the heartland of Haywood now, coming through the centre. Around here, like I say, it's football mad. Growing up, I think I was like probably the only one in my school, never mind my year, that played rugby. It's coming on the left now where these flats are. There used to be a patch of grass, big field. I used to always say no ball games on the side of the building. But me and my brother was there every day kicking a ball around. It was my mum's house, he's just here. That was the family house. Got 2 brothers and 2 sisters, and obviously my dad and my aunt Elizabeth as well. So I think we had 8 people in there at one stage. Yeah, we were a really close family, and yeah, we were really close knit.
He was quite active really, like I say, from 3 he always had a rugby ball in his hand, always on this field with his little school cap on with his brother.
My dad grew up in Swinton, so he was a mad Swinton Lions fan. So when I was, I think 6 or 7, he took me down to Rochdale Mayfield, and then I've loved it ever since.
I first met Matty when he was probably about 8 years old at Mayfield, because my son played for Mayfield. You know, and you could tell then he was a standout player. He was just a different class. Even then, at that age, you could tell he had something special about him. He had that, you know, that desire to succeed, and he was really confident in his own ability.
This stand's always been here. Fond memories of this being packed out. It's packed out most Saturdays actually when we come out to play for the first team on a Saturday afternoon. They used to call it the place of dreams. I used to just love coming here. Even now when I come down and see all my best mates, watch the lads who I used to play with still play for the first team. So it's just good to be around here and see everyone. It's a place that I've grew up around. It's all I ever knew really.
When he was in his teen, 13 or 14, maybe, and that's when he got picked up by Salford. Well, a few of them did. A lot of lads got picked up for Bradford, and it hurt him a bit because all the lads, about 5 or 6 who went to Bradford, he weren't going anywhere. So I think that made him think in his head, oh, I can do better than this. And then Salford picked him up a couple of years, and he told him weren't big enough. So it upset him, really upset him that. I think since then, that's what spurred him on. We've been a Swinton fan, I'm not really bothered went to Salford.
Yeah, it was a bit of bittersweet, wasn't it?
Still bittersweet between
You
us.
wanted, but I said the time will come. Because a lot of his other friends that he had from school, they were growing a lot quicker than him, because they were slightly a bit older, because he was born in July, a lot of them were born like the November, so the difference. So he said, well, I'm going to catch up, and I said, you will catch up.
Ashton picks that pass off, he is gone! Matty Ashton disappears into the distance!
I think I did 100 metre actually in like year 7, but I was never the quickest. I was more long distance running in school. My brothers were even taller than me, and my dad, they've all got the tall genes. I'm probably the smallest one, but we've all got long legs, all got runner's legs as they say.
He came to Hotwood because he didn't get signed a professional contract, but in them 2 years he had a massive growth spurt, because he came like a little boy really. He was a little scrawny lad, and all of a sudden he just shot up and he had these great big long legs, and he was just scoring tries everywhere.
I think when I was like 16, I went to Hotwood Hall College with Matt Calland and played in the rugby academy there. As a lot of my mates took scholarships then really. So I still wanted to be part of rugby because I loved it that much, and obviously I weren't getting paid to do it, so I was just doing it alongside BTEC Sport there. And 3 years was like the best ones as well, with the people I got to meet and the coach that I worked under. So it was like being in an academy whilst doing my studies as well.
If you asked him, what do you want to do when you're a bit older? Just say rugby player. I said anything else? No, just rugby player. I mean, he had jobs once he left school. He did everything, all different jobs.
There's a few, to be fair. We always had a laugh at training with the lads when I sometimes go back and some of the jobs I was doing. But when I was at college, I worked at Mackey's, Asda, I think, as well. Obviously they're not bad jobs, you meet some great people. Like I say, I still keep in contact with them people now, so I wouldn't have met them people if I didn't go work them jobs and see different people and socialising and all that sort of stuff.
He was like the leader, you know. If you needed a try in a game, Matty was always that person that got you that game. He had what I call rugby intelligence. He was always in the right place at the right time. And the biggest thing was his will to win. You know, it's no mistake that Hotwood Hall College, in the 2 years he was there, we won the National Cup twice, and we've not won it since. So I think he's, you know, he always led by example.
Who's got the pace here? Well, it's going to be picked up by Matty Ashton, and Ashton will slide over. What about that?
This right here, I call it the famous caravan. I've got some very fond memories of being in here. So when I was playing for first team around, well, age 16 to 18 really, we had a few Aussie boys come over who actually lived in there. So we'd have some big nights in there. I think I'd play first team or second team on a Saturday, and we'd play under 18s on the Sunday morning. So we've had some mornings walking out there, going straight into the change rooms behind us, and then walking out to play for the under 18s on the Sunday. And funny enough, one of the lads who actually lived in here, he's one who got me to Australia, because when he was leaving, he mentioned that his club were looking for players and anyone could go out there and live with his family.
A couple of lads come over here from Australia doing it and stuff like that, so give me the opportunity to go play over there for a bit, work over there, just different lifestyle and all that, and really see how we can progress over there.
So I made the decision to go out there, live with the Watkins family. Sean, who lived there, lived with his mum and dad, Wyan and Kenny, and Trav and Timmy as well, and they took me in like one of their own. I think this all started from this caravan where I met Sean, really, playing in some of the best spots in Australia, like on the coast of Byron Bay and stuff like that, and I'll never take for granted what I learnt there. It's just about me as a person, like showing how independent I can be, sort of thing, but just taking my game to the next level, I think helped. I worked with a class coach over there, and I think coming back after there really put me in good stead.
Yeah, Matty was very shy when he first came in, as any kid would be, coming halfway across the world to live with a new family. Yeah, he soon worked out that he had a bit of ability and plenty of speed. Yeah, it was a pleasure having him live with us, and good luck in the future, Matty, and all the best. Thanks, buddy.
Living with that family, the Watkins family was class, and we sadly lost one of them, Tim Watkins. We sadly lost him in an accident. He sadly passed away. So they're always in the back of my mind every time I'm playing now, which is, I get emotional to talk about it really, because yeah, that was a big part of my time over there. I just wanted to make them proud, like I want to make my own mum and dad proud really. I know how much of an impact they've had on my career. Got around Christmas time, I got a bit homesick. I think I like being around with family at Christmas time, but I was planning on doing a second year out there, so I come home at Christmas time, spent Christmas here. I was doing pre-season with Mayfield, but in the back of my mind it was a different lifestyle, and I was going to actually go back, but then Matt Calendar managed to get me a trial at Swinton.
So he went down there, he had one game against Sheffield, first game, he got absolutely annihilated. And he come off and said, I don't think it's for me to have this. I said, you mean don't, just because Swinton got beat. But then after that, they gave him a chance again against Halifax, scored 2 tries, and everything went from there really, after that.
You know, that season at Swinton, he was absolutely unstoppable. And I was coaching Rochdale at the time, and he scored a full-length intercept to win him the match. So I wasn't happy with him that day, put it that way.
Wide, long throw, and it's intercepted, and it could be here for Swinton on a plate now. It's been taken away by Matty Ashton. Matty Ashton will score for Swinton, and that surely now should wrap up the game with 5 minutes to go.
Matt Callen's always the one coach I've had who's had that 100% belief in me. He was the coach here through under 18s and first team, and at Hotwood Hall Academy, and he was always trying to push different places whilst I was at college, but no one really give me the time of day, which is probably, like, looking back now, it's obviously like not their fault, but giving a lad from college a trial and stuff like that. But Matt had always pushed no matter what. He never stopped having that belief in me, and yeah, I'll always be grateful for that as well.
I was over the moon when he played for Swinton though.
He won all them trophies, that.
Oh yeah, he went the full season and won all the trophies, didn't he?
Yeah, got 7 of them, all Swinton ones, yeah.
unbelievable. They still talk about him now when I go.
I grew up watching Swinton every week with my dad and my brothers. So that was a dream come true for me and my dad. Looking back now, it's even emotional. Just walking over and seeing my dad so proud. Wow, didn't feel I get this emotional. Yeah, it's just little stuff like that. My dad's always watching Swinton and he's so proud of me, and it's all he talks about is me. So yeah, that was a big part of my career, and yeah, I'll always be grateful.
One season, 30 tries, unbelievable.
Yeah, I think it was 13, 25 games. I remember stuff like that.
And straight away, it looks as though Matty Ashton has picked the pockets of the Rochdale defenders.
So we first come across Matty, so we had a scout that was recruiting for us in the Championship and League One, which was Peter Williams. It's George Williams' dad. And he actually went watching a player called Adam Tangata that was playing at Halifax at the time, was looking to reinforce our middles, and Halifax were playing Swinton. So he went to the game, and part of the report, Matt had a great game. So he said, you know what, I think we need to keep tabs on this kid. And so I went and watched him. They played Widnes at Widnes. He actually played full-back that day, and he was by far the best player on the pitch. Of course, we saw potential of him playing the wing position. And what we also like about Matty is when we did our due diligence and research on him, that he didn't have a conventional route to the pro game. That tells me that was a determined player, someone that had a point to prove, someone that wasn't willing to accept his fate, that not getting a contract or an opportunity at Salford, but continue to plug away. So we was aware that Wigan were showing interest in him. So at the time, Swinton had a dual reg partnership with Wigan. So we made a strategic decision to try and recruit Matty when Wigan were playing, so that kind of prohibited them from coming back with a counter offer. So I made contact with Andy Maisie, who at the time was the owner of Swinton. Approached Andy, said, look, we'd like to bring Matty on board, we'd like to sign Matty. And he first came back with, look, we've got a relationship with Wigan are interested, we can't accept the offer or really enter any discussions at this stage. It's only fair that we have a discussion with Wigan. I then went back to Andy, wasn't accepting that. I said, look, this is a transfer offer that we're willing to put on the table. So then it got to a stage where he said, look, Wigan are probably not going to be happy about this, but if you'll include a friendly as well, we'll get the deal done. And all the while I was watching obviously Wigan v Catalan and the clock ticking down. I wanted to make sure that we got it over the line before the game finished, and wouldn't allow Wigan the opportunity to counter the offer. So we threw in a friendly as well, and we ended up getting Matty over the line. He's been a revelation since.
Yeah, I broke down a couple of times, but words can't express it, can they? What do you think? Especially when you brought him up from a young age. That's a go, isn't it? So I still can't believe it yet. When we give him his shirt, when we went up for give him his shirt for the Wigan game, weren't it?
Yeah.
That's when I broke down.
Chance here for Curry, he's got support from Ashton, they're not going to stop Matty Ashton, that's incredible, Warrington may well have won it.
I remember going in for the first pre-season, I'd never been so nervous in my life. Just being around players like Steph Ratchford and Gaz Widdop and Blake Austin at the time. Just like me, I used to watch Super League and RL all the time, people you've watched on telly all the time, not thinking you'd be like, it's about the sense of belonging really, just thinking like I shouldn't be here.
He still trains like even though he's number one, I think he's the number one winger in the game, he still trains like he's number two. He's a real hit with the fans. He's actually the biggest selling replica shirt that we have at the club. That shows how popular it is, and we're very fortunate to have him at Warrington Wolves.
Just talking about you then. Worst mullet in the world. Make sure you get his shoe on this documentary. Make sure he gets your mullet.
Yeah, no, he's a character. He's a good lad. I think often you see the players' personalities in the way they play, and he's got some flamboyance around him, the way he can finish tries, but he's also got that gritty determination, staying in the grind, and it's like that. He's good fun to be around, but when it's business, it's business. He likes socialising with the lads, which is always important.
Not inviting anyone again?
Well, Sam's building a culture here at the minute that's all about working hard and focusing on yourself, and I think Matty does that. He works really hard. You see all the spectacular finishes, and and all the videos and stuff. But if you look at his stats, you know, in the games he's taking 20 carries a game off his own line. He's carrying hard, and I think that's what we're all about here. You know, Matty epitomises that, and I think he's really appreciative of where he's at the minute. And yeah, he's absolutely smashing it.
Williams with a long looping pass out for Matty Ashton, and if he scored, that's a magnificent try. It's a leap, it's a jump, and he bangs the ball down.
He's very motivated, is Matty. He works hard. He's committed to the cause. You know, he comes up with some special plays for us as well. He's all effort, and you know the lads really love him.
Effort-based stuff. It goes unnoticed sometimes. You know, he comes up with a lot of big plays for us. Wins us a lot of matches.
Flying in there. Oh, danger here. He's off. Hadley racing away. There's a player coming over. It's Ashton. It's Hadley against Ashton. Hadley turns him inside out. Great tackle. Try-saving tackle.
Matty's a little bit older than I am, and I think it's fantastic of what he's done. You know, if you look 3 years ago, if you told him where he is now, he'd snap your hand off, and I think that's the same with me. You know, I've got Matty in front of me and I can learn so much from him. You know, he's constantly working hard on himself, and that's something that I've picked up on. I think he's a bit of a role model for me, Ashy, and yeah, I'd like to follow in his footsteps.
Lomax has it, goes out the back to Wellesby. Interception here, and this could be a try. Ashton is racing away. St Helens are not going to catch him. Matty Ashton.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's just, I feel like it's all happened so fast, and I really get a chance to sit and look back what's actually happened. I think it's because I'm so focused on the game, and obviously it's a mad ride that I've been on.
Number 2, Matty Ashton.
I think I went into camp not really expecting to play as well. I think there was some good wingers picked as well, but I think obviously again there was a couple injuries, so I managed to played 2 games.
Harry Smith gets it wide, lovely hands, into the corner, Matty Ashton! First England try for Matty Ashton! Lewis, clever kick, chasing up there, it is Ashton! Wow, watch him go, they accelerate the burners, gets his hand there before Obuati thinks he does. Brilliant score for Matty Ashton.
I just remember belting national anthem out and seeing my mum and dad in the crowd and all my family, and the moments I'll cherish forever, and hopefully I can put that shirt on many times more.
Brilliant. Thank you. Brilliant.
I was at this school the other week. The amateur team actually at Mayfield do like a Build Future Schools programme where they go around schools free of charge. But I was just trying to get people into rugby. So it helps out just because it's in Heywood really, and I want to try and promote the game as much as I can, especially around here. Like I say, it's football mad.
He comes back to Hotwood Hall College and helps me a lot when we have taster days, or just to help coach the lads and, you know, show the outside backs how to score the tries. And I know he helps out a lot here at Mayfield. I think he even has like a speed camp, so everybody looks up for him because he's such a down to earth, humble guy. Everyone wants him to do well.
It's good to always give back and spread the game, and hopefully I can be a role model for a lot of youngsters coming through. It's just maybe looking out for the next generation, I guess. I think I didn't really get too much of an opportunity growing up to get where I wanted to be in my career, like in my rugby career. Maybe it's like living sort of like adult life for 3 to 4 years without rugby is like made me realise how much I'm living my dream right now, to be honest. Even going into training every day, it's really grateful and really humbling to be around the lads and do what I do. So yeah, just looking to inspire the next people coming through. Maybe might not get the same opportunity.
Camera's there, lad. See ya.
It took a long road to get where I am mentally. I think I'll do a lot of writing stuff down, mainly just like being more on the grateful side of things, and just that I do belong there. To tell myself that really, and just listening to my coaches and no one else really. I think when you early part of your career, you're too busy worrying about what other people are saying outside the dressing room. But what I've come to realise is what matters is only what's inside the dressing room from your coach and your teammates, and nothing else really matters really.
Like you always said, he's done it the hard way.
He's done it, well, everybody knows that. They all say that until he's done it the hard way.
Yeah, he's not gone through anything. He's done it off his own back. Because, like I say, that's all he ever wanted to be. So it's been in his blood really. I think he's
more special.
He just wanted to. That's what he wanted to be. So you do anything to get there, don't you? I mean, when he's been down, he's said, "Well, we'll get back up."
I think the harder I work, the more belief I have in myself, and the more confident I can put in the skills under pressure. But like I say, I'm just really eager to win. It's something that angers me inside when I see other teams winning and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm just really eager to win silverware and do all the best I can. It's just what strides me forward all the time. Like being Wembley, God knows how many times, been Old Trafford, God knows how many times growing up. My dad and my family, and they always do mention it. Imagine seeing you there. It's just a massive motivator to play on the big stage.